All right, hello and welcome back for episode 8 of our FTB interactions run. I am Kenshin and I will be your guide. Technically, you're just going to follow me around and watch me do stupid stuff, but whatever. So, last episode, we built our overworld portal. We took a peek outside. I have gone and started building a base on the other side. So, I built this little sky platform. Got these I guess the exterior is 9 by 9, the interior is 7 by 7 rooms. I'll use this for our starting base. We got some terrain here. Um, I have some thing that's like big and blue and pops up over there, and I don't know much about this mod pack. I think it might be a dragon tail, but it doesn't look right. I don't know if we'll get to see it now, but it's creepy when it pops up. Uh, Thinking about base out there, there's one. There's like an orange brown one there that pops up, and sometimes it'll go up and down, it wiggles. So I don't know what that is, but it terrifies me. And it's really not that far. Like I think it's here, I think the other one's over here. So I'm hoping they're not dragons. I've never seen a dragon before, so I don't know. But I do know they're here and that they're spooky. In terms of this, I'll probably expand my platform a little more so I can put my farms over here in the overworld, put some fences around them, put some plants or animals out. Maybe leave space in this direction, so like farm this way, space this way for base. Uh, and I actually am running low on EMC, so if we look in here, I'm down to 1600, which is pitiful. And crafting shears to get blocks or leaves is very annoying, but fine. But I realized that I can make obsidian shears, so if I invest like 16,000 EMC here, I can get leaves out of that, and this has 2300 durability. So I can get, I think I did the math here. I get 38,000 EMC if I use these to harvest all leaves. So I'm really tempted to make obsidian shears and just run around and knock down trees and toss them into my transmutation tablet as a way of getting EMC, but I need to get back up to enough EMC to make that obsidian. Um, I don't have a great way of automating EMC yet because you can do that, but I need like a chest or something that can auto degrade items. So I might deforest all these trees today. Probably won't do that on camera if I do it. That's one thought. I have the interior of my base, but it is completely empty right now. So it's just rooms. I've got some walls, some corner walls. I'll probably make this like my little storage room for now. Maybe put some crafting in there. And then as I get equipment, I'll start filling in these rooms. So I think right now, I do have to worry about food. And part of the reason I started this recording was so I could talk about that because we remember, and we can look at our food tag. Again, this dollar sign works for me because I have turned on the one of these or dictionary search. So that's off by default for some inexplicable reason. I don't know what resource ID is, so I leave it off. And like tooltip. All right. So hashtag food, and I was looking at one of these. There was a quinoa dish, quinoa as I said last time, and I got laughed at. So quinoa dish that has shrimp in it. I was like, oh, how do you get shrimp? And you can use these water traps with fish trap bait to use any fish to make. So this can then fish you back those fish. So I think I'm going to make a bunch of these and figure out how to use them. But if you remember back in the Void world, we had these traps, these fisherman strainer traps, getting us some fish. Um, and I like the drops from them, but now that I have access to the overworld, like I can find lily pads. Probably I can get stringed bones by killing things, which are terrifying, by the way. We'll talk about that. Uh, so I'm kind of probably done with these forever. I'll just leave them in the void. But I can take the fish I got and make fish strainer traps and use that to get the fish that I need to cook stuff. So that's exciting. I'm excited about that. I need to start migrating stuff over. Um, the villagers, I'll probably just leave here and just stop by when I need emeralds. They're annoying. I can get a silence trinket to mess them up, but it's over here. Party equip silencio, the warp sound dampener. You can get this thing to mute specific world sounds. Like I could mute the fire, I could mute the villagers, I could mute rain when it happens, or get a rain beacon, which is what I'll probably do. My elaborate farm, I counted, I have 14 fields here. So that's a lot of, like each field has, what, 80, it's 9 by 9. We'll say they're probably 10 by 10, right? One cluster of these, so it's going to be an extra one. So instead of being 10, 21 across, and whatever that dimension, but we'll just say 10 by 10. So 100 blocky blocks. That's 100 EMC per layer. I didn't show this, but my overworld base is um, 3 layers deep. So I wish I had been a little smarter about this, but we're gonna have a door there. So I always thought, oh, it's annoying to build on 1 block thin platform, so I actually made this 3 blocks plus the top layer. So there's a black, red, and green layer of cobblestone, but the tags for the colored cobblestone are too similar that if I vein mine, it will vein mine all 3 of them at once. So I kind of wish I had broken them up somehow with uh, a different tagged layer in the middle. Fortunately, the colored cobblestone and the chiseled cobblestone are different. So if I vein mine this, it doesn't mine out all the cobble underneath and drop you into the ocean. My entrail that follows me, sometimes he'll jump out of the water enough to catch fire and hurt himself. I don't really know what he does, but he's spooky, so I leave him down there. Yeah, so our current predicament is food. We are running low. And just pick some intermediate food to eat right now. I think we're going to do garlic chicken. Feel good about that one. That's protein vegetable. Really, I want to get a couple different sources of food so that I cover my 3 nutrient values, which is why I was looking at that quinoa. Look at all food. Get like a lamington. I wonder if I have to put that on the ground to eat. I probably do. I don't like things that I have to deploy like cakes. That's a way to work these other ways. Could make cheeseburgers. Dairy, grain, protein, so that would leave fruit and vegetable. Need hamburger. It's not too bad getting, well, toast I can't make. I need a smelter for that. So basically what I'm going to do is just manually look through this right now. Eventually, you know what? Actually, no, I can make the kitchen. Let's go make the kitchen, and then we'll come back and figure this out. Okay, so making the kitchen ran into a little snag, which is the cooking blocks all use terracotta, but they use plain terracotta, which I thought I could use my cyan terracotta to make, but I can't. Which I can still make this stuff because you can cast it out of clay. So I just need to keep feeding lava into this thing to get through my mound of grout that's still in there. And then I can make clay that way. But in the meantime, I died a whole bunch of times, and every time you die, you lose all your food, so I ran out of food. So I dug through JEI and decided on kind of these 6 for a food plan, a meal plan. Really what I was looking for was okay percentage and then a good distribution of foods or nutrients. So with the exception of these two, these are all 4 or even 5 nutrient foods like the ham and pineapple and the plowman's lunch. Highly recommend this ham and pineapple. It's easy to make. If you haven't used Pam's Harvest Craft before to cook, you have all these bakeware that you need to make. And in this mod pack, they're made with brick, so they're all easy to make. You can access them right away. What is challenging though is you need all the food that goes into making them. So like the stuffed duck was actually pretty easy to make because it's not processed food. It's just you get raw duck, onion, apple, rice, garlic, carrot, bakeware. The Pam's Harvest Craft tool doesn't get consumed. So you can actually just put all however many of these down because the toolbox holds 16. I was kind of aiming for 16, maybe 15, depending on what I was making. Slap it down there and cook it. Most of these things drop from those gardens. So if you skipped this quest step, you need to make, well, you don't need to, but if you want to make good food, you probably need to make these at some point. So we have that. One other thing worth mentioning, a lot of these use dough, cheese, or other milk products. Or things that are made in this wooden basin. So if you've never played Savtech or anything else that's used Primal Tech, these basins, the recipe is weird, looks weird, but it's really not that bad. So where it has like this bucket, really you just need to put the liquid inside the basin and then say your flour and your salt on top. And you can use the Pam's Harvest Craft flour with the salt. So the flour you can get by just grinding wheat, and the salt you can get at a work table by straining water through a woven kind. It doesn't consume the kind, so it just eats up water. Pretty reasonable. You slap them in here, you give them a stir. I'll go grab, what do I do with my buckets? I made a bunch of buckets for this because, oh, no, I just did that. I hope that undoes itself. Oh, there's a search button there. I had no idea. So if I go over here and say get my cows and milk them, so we're really fortunate I had cows. Can then just walk over here. You know, maybe I want some butter and get my salt, some cheese, because a lot of recipes that are good recipes use butter or cheese in them. And obviously anything good uses salt in it. You can right click to put things in there. You can, if you have nothing in your offhand, you can shift right click to take them back out. And then we can just right click these to stir them. You have to stir them 3 times, which is why I have a bunch of these out, so that you can kind of do things in parallel. I think if you redstone pulse these, they'll spin, or you could use a player interactor. But obviously later we get better ways of making these, because like I could make it with the wooden basin, or later you get the mixer and you can just make it with this. And this is LV Tech, I think, so it's, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I know it's LV, MV, so should be right after Steam age that we get it. And the returns on the dairy products are actually good. You get like 10 of them. Shout out to Tofucon. So you can make tofu out of soybean, and I have a like soybean crop field over there that's just half soybean. highly recommend using these instead of pork or like actual animal when you can, just because like pork chop. I've gotten 9 pork chops, and I have put a lot of baits through here. Maybe not a ton of veggie baits, and maybe this is misrepresenting, but I have like a bunch of duck, a bunch of turkey, a bunch of... I'm surprised I have that much beef, but I put tons of grain bait through there. I do want to get the water traps, but my need for food, as you can see, was quite immediate. So now I'm going to eat these. Let's watch my nutrients. So I'm at 34, 35 for those. Oh, there we go. Spiked up a lot. Here's what I ate. So I ate 1 zesty zucchini, 1 loaded baked potato. Oh, and just for in case you want to copycat me for some reason, plowman lunch, ham and pineapple pizza, zesty zucchini, egg tart, stuffed duck. These are what I went with. I need to put out my roost for my egg tarts because I used a lot of eggs. Like, I had a lot of eggs to begin with, but now is the time, I think, to make the roost thing. And I totally forgot about this chicken back here. I still haven't bred into a useful chicken. I'm just going to dump all my seeds in there. I need their offspring to be a porcelain chicken so that I can start breeding porcelain chicken. I took too many hay bales, but I don't care. We want a roost. Get links out. And these actually scale with the number of chickens you put in them. So, like, regular chicken, like, we went through all that trouble to make these 10, 10, 10 chickens. Like, this is why we made them. Because we can just plop them in here, and they will make 3 eggs at a time every couple of seconds. So, this is also going to be useful for that achievement. Collect this reward. Oh, good, more eggs. Where's that? This one, where you need 2,500 eggs, which I think is 39 stacks. Yeah, you need 39 stacks of eggs, which, you know, we're already halfway to a stack of eggs there, so that's really not bad, even with 1 roost making them. Let me put my hay bale back, but that'll solve our food problem. And next, I guess, is we'll go back to working on... See, I want the kitchen because making these by hand, or rather making these by hand, was painful. It was not fun because, like, you know, these are like pineapple, tomato, sure, I get those off the field, but the cheese, I have to go through the stirry thing. The dough, I have to go through the stirry thing. The tofukan has a bunch of steps. I have to make the cooking oil, which I make out of tea leaves. I have to make tofu, which I make in the artisan table with water and silken tofu and a hammer. But you have to make the silken tofu in the same way. So you put the soybean on there, you take this tofu off, you put it back in, and then you get the firm tofu. Not a ton of fun. I need sugar, honey. I started making honey just because I have a ton of these honeycomb lying around, and I can plop them up there and forget, and I don't have to keep grinding sugar, because grinding sugar is a pain, because it... Oh my gosh. Oh, I can use agave. Okay, I have this. The other one is that you can obviously grind up sugarcane, but that uses the durability of a mortar, which is just painful. So there's stuff like that. The other one that threw me for a loop was the plowman's thing has bread in it, and it looks like you should be able to cook dough in a kiln, but when you check this, it uses rice dough in a kiln. So I don't know if this just snuck through or not, but rice dough, you need 3 rice and a salt with a water. So this one's also annoying because your work table can only hold 8 millibuckets, and we don't have a great way right now of automating putting water into the table. Once we get cooking for blockheads and the iron and whatnot to make that, then we'll have easy access to these cooking recipes, but I'm pretty sure that this food will get me to that point. No complications, no problems. So I'm gonna continue my building here and we'll be back. See what we have. Alright, finally found a good use for the ranged building scepter, which is I can sit up here and extend my platform. I guess not super happy with that direction. Let's see if we can't get keep going that way. Alright, that's fine. That's good enough. I don't know what more I could ask for. This thing you can scroll through again to pick out different things, and then you pick the building mode you want. I want to build to the side. Oh, okay, we're okay. Kind of. I don't know how we're going to. Yeah, close enough. Close enough. No one said it was perfect. And then we'll put the green in there. And same damn thing. Alright. Alright. We'll take it out of the inventory. And now the annoying part is I have to click on. I have to have this close enough for me to click on it. So I can find it. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Alright. So far I can do that. Alright, so I'm just going to keep. Alright, we figured out what that thing is, and it's some kind of big fish eel, so I'm a little less terrified of it now. It has, however, destroyed all the trees it's touching, so I'm not going near it. Not yet. Not yet. Alright, so I extended my platform for a farm area. I have 16 fields here, which should be enough for the 14 worth of stuff I have back home. I do know there's a lot of like sapling trees I can get, so I'll probably have to add an orchard or something onto this for all of those. I also made my cooking for blockhead counter. It's a little limited right now in that I don't have anything in it, but I'll move my food over here and start storing it. Ideally, what I want is all these other things I want require metal, which I don't have them, but I want an oven so that I can cook stuff. I want a fridge so I can install the ice unit in it. I want the toaster so I can make toast. The sink, which provides water, which is super handy, and the cow in a jar, which just creates milk. Maybe a couple of those. But I don't have them yet. I can also hang on these tool racks my cooking items, so let me go nap. Alright, I hung these up. I miscounted. Made 6 of these tool racks, and it looks like I only need 4. I hung a bowl up in case that does something, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it. And now when I put ingredients in these counters, it will detect them. It can combine them dynamically with the cooking ingredients as it needs to. I can start cooking stuff. It's not perfect. Like, let's say I have all the pieces I need to make this plowman's lunch, but I don't have, like, my bread made. I have all the stuff to make bread. I have to first make bread before it will detect that I can make this. So, still, you want to identify what foods you want to eat and then make them. But it's definitely way easier to make it with this. And once you get like the sink and things, I don't think you have to go through the wash the basin shenanigans, whatever this thing is called. The wooden basin crafting to make like butter and dough and things. I think you can just do that right in the fridge. But don't quote me on that. Don't quote me. You can make obsidian. That's cool. But you need lava to do it. So with that, I think I'm going to end it here. You know, the Rest of this will just be me moving stuff from the void world here, and I don't think there'll be anything exciting. I did want to talk about monsters briefly because they're absolutely bonkers here, which is why I keep dying. So zombies have enchanted armor. I don't think I've ever not seen one with one. They can ride an animal. I've seen them on. I don't know if I've seen the pony, but I haven't seen. No, I've seen spiders on them or zombies. Never mind. So they can ride the pony. The jump attack. That's not too bad as long as you're fighting them at. Oh, what is that? That was a curse creeper, but where did it come from? Oh, because I haven't. Oh crap. Okay, I haven't plowed these yet, so they are going to be problematic in terms of mobs will spawn on this. Like that guy. See, look. So that creeper that spawned was a cursed creeper, so he applies a debuff when he explodes. I don't know if there are going to be a lot of those or not, but let's keep running. Let's see, there's something fast chasing me. The mobs show up on the minimap as the yellow markers. These crit attacks really help. See, that was a jump attack. As long as you're at max. Oh, Jesus. What is this guy wearing? Holy crap. Look at all that armor. I can't hurt him. Alright, well, there's only one thing to do then. Lure him to the edge and then knock him down. Oh, yeah, let's put a light on this. Yeah, okay. So we'll finish this conversation in the other dimension where it's a little safer. Zombies, we just saw, not a big deal unless they have so much armor I can't hurt them with my stone sword. I'm surprised I couldn't hurt him with crits either. Boss skeletons, that's cool. Equipment dropping is, I wonder if that means like the artifact equipment or if it's just regular equipment. Faster attack speed, more HP, spawn with stuff. I fought one that was riding a spider earlier and that kind of sucked. Endermen teleport away players, which we've already encountered, which is annoying. There's also little Endermen. Oh, this is nice. What unbreakable mean? I wonder if that means it can't take damage. Alright, so we should try to kill an Enderman just so we can get that. I've killed baby Endermen. Creepers. Turn invisible. Oh. Can't explode if they are burning. That had nothing to do with the ones we saw. Spider, cave spider. Yeah, okay, so this is what it was. There was a mob riding a spider. I don't care about spider web sapling. I do want this. I want the slime cube. The slime cube, I'm pretty sure, makes it so that slimes can spawn in that chunk, so you can make slime farms with it. And this is nice because you can kind of eternally farm them. Like if you're hitting them for little damage, you can keep making more slimes. I don't know what that means about big slimes though. Like maybe that's gonna be bad. Been bats upon death. That is okay, Vindicator. They didn't say anything about that, so maybe he's just regular. Biome spawning guys. Evoker. Crimson Knights. These are part of another mod. I forget who it is. So yeah, the portals you do want to shut down, I guess, because I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I know that their spawns are annoying. They have wizards or mages with them. I think they have a range attack. Mutant Steve. We're not in the Bronze Age yet, so we don't have to worry about him. But and we'll, whatever. Yeah, we'll keep going. We'll save that for next time. So that's kind of our in-between episode. Not crazy exciting, but
Next time we'll have a fully developed base and we'll start exploring. We'll see what we can find out there.
Get some cool stuff. So see ya and have a nice day.